And welcome to 5 After 5. I'm Frank Cusimano. This is Corey Miller. We're going to talk about the baseball labor situation, and I'm sure you'll want to be a part of the program too. Come on in right away.
Yeah, that's the only thing we're going to talk about today, Frank. Usually we pick 5 things. The only thing worth talking about today is the baseball situation because that's what everybody in town cares about. First thing, I was up till like 2 o'clock in the morning last night thinking they were really going to come together and the momentum looked great. Today, it seems to have completely switched, at least from the perspective we had, not in the room. What was your reaction when you heard that we're going to lose some games finally?
Yeah, I was thinking after 16 and a half hours of negotiating last night and 13 different sessions yesterday that there was some momentum. But right off the bat, you got a little concerned because both sides did not meet with each other right away. Players were in one room, owners were in the other, and for hours. Then all of a sudden, they just went in there, and then it ended.
Yeah.
And now the commissioner says he did not say, this is my last offer. But there are people who were in that meeting or who are very close to this who said that it's exactly what he said. So that's not the best way to negotiate.
We're going to get a rebuttal from, I think, Max Scherzer and a couple other players
Yes.
coming up. I'm very anxious to see that. If you're watching on Facebook, you have a comment. I know everybody's pretty upset right now. Let us know about it. Matt saying, sad day for MLB fans. It is, and you made this point on the Sportscast a couple times. Baseball has bounced back from things like this before, but it's already a sport that people are already down on. This seems like just a huge blow.
Yeah. I mean, when you have things like too many strikeouts, too much dead time, the shift, you have all these negative things, you don't want to give fans another reason to go somewhere else. And in the era of NHL playoffs, March Madness, NBA, Netflix, there's a lot of other options. So, look, do I think, like, if they were to lose a week, would it really hurt baseball? No. But I don't think it's going to be just a week.
Yeah. Tom, I saw, had a comment asking, it's just the first 2 series. That's correct. It's just the opening series from a Cardinals perspective against the Pirates and the Cubs. Those are their 2 opening days. Opening day in St. Louis is still on for April 7th against the Pirates.
Yeah.
Do you feel confident about that date?
No, I don't. And, boy, you talk about that's when it would be doom and gloom if you don't have a chance to have the celebration with the Clydesdales. And you know what? I really feel for all those hardworking employees with the Cardinals.
Yeah.
You know, they're all affected by this. They've already been damaged severely financially during COVID. You know, it's brutal for some of these employees.
Tim Forster saying Manfred and owners are determined to kill the game. That seems to be a popular sentiment out there. Manfred, especially today, I don't think came off very well at all. He was laughing as he came to the podium, cracking jokes. This is a pretty serious thing. His reputation is going down the tubes, I think.
It really is. It's hard to believe that the players with this astronomical salaries and their incredible lifestyle would get the people's support this much. But they are. I mean, there's no doubt about it. The fans, I mean, if we were to conduct a poll at KSDK.com, who do you side with, the players or the fans? The players or the owners, I bet the players would win maybe 75-25.
Well, because we've had this mad dash the last couple days because ownership in the league didn't come to the table with anything for almost 2 months or so. And it just seemed like bad faith negotiating almost the whole time until we try to cram it in at the end. At least that's my perspective on the whole thing.
Well, if it's been going on for 91 days and then all of a sudden you just choose the last 9 days to start really working at it, that's bad. And it's probably bad on both sides, but probably more on the owner's side.
One interesting thing here, if they lose more games, Adam Wainwright, Yadier Molina going for that all-time battery record. This is supposed to be Molina's last year. That's something that I think Cardinals fans are going to start to look at more because they're supposed to pass Mickey Lolich and Bill Freehan from the Tigers eventually this season. If they lose more games, that could be in jeopardy.
Yeah, I mean, I think losing a week, they're still fine.
Yes.
But you're right. There's a lot of guys with numbers like that. I mean, Albert Pujols probably wasn't going to get to 700, but you lose, a month of the season, there's no chance in heck he gets there.
So say they do come together here the next week or so and they have to start a spring training. What do you think that free agent frenzy is going to look like? Because I think it's going to be wild once they do. They're going to come together on something. There's too much money at stake. It might take quite a while, but something's going to happen. And then there's still a lot of players out there who have to find teams.
Yeah, in fact, if I'm the agent of Chris Bryant, if I'm Chris Bryant and Kyle Schwarber, I call my agent tonight and say, why didn't we get this thing done? The smart ones were the ones that knew there could be some real problems, and they signed early. But there's a lot of good ones out there. And I tell you what, from a strictly selfish point of view, if you're a Cardinal fan, maybe you get a bargain basement price with a guy like Schwarber who would fit your DH role ideally.
We know the DH is coming. One of the things that they seem to agree on, at least heard last night, was playoffs, but that might have changed by now. Expanding to 12, the ownership wanted 14. Players that seemed to have had gotten down to 12. What do you think about that?
Well, I don't, yeah, the players do not want 14. Because I think it rewards mediocrity. You become more like the NBA and the NHL, and I don't think people want that. But I will say this. If you have it at 12, there's a better chance that Shohei Ohtani is going to play in your postseason. And that's the biggest problem with baseball, is some of your greatest players don't even play baseball in October. Whether it's Mike Trout or Shohei Ohtani, it's kind of an angel theme there. But I think I'd be okay with 12.
Last thing, if you got comments, drop them in here. I'll try and get to them. Dave saying, several long diehard Cardinals fans that are so upset, might hurt the owners' pocketbooks. We could see fans start to get more angry than they had been in the past if they continue to lose games. But last thing, forecast this out. How long do you think this goes if you had to put a milkshake on it right now? Do you think we go a month, or do you think we go till the owners realize, okay, we're actually going to lose money at this point? We better get something done.
Yeah, and I'm not sure when they actually start to lose money, because by not paying players salaries for a month and they still get that postseason, which will be expanded, I don't know if they lose much. But I would say realistically a month would be about the number. I just can't picture all of a sudden going to Florida or going to New York on Thursday. Oh yeah, everything's fine. Let's play baseball, and just miss a week. I doubt it.
So it's going to be a little while. Hopefully some good news sooner than later. We will keep on top of all of it. That'll do it for 5 After 5 today with Frank and I. We'll be back on Thursday. Have a great day, everybody.